Welcome students to the Political Science class of Standard 10. As you all know that we were under the clutches of British and received freedom on August 15, 1947. Immediately, we had to face a lot of problems, both internal as well as external. So the problems we will analyze today, and especially only the major problems that we faced immediately after independence. The problems like unemployment, corruption, discrimination, communalism, status of women, and terrorism. Of course, we had many problems, but these were main problems where we were facing during after our independence. So in this class, we will discuss about these main problems. Unemployment. What is unemployment? Unemployment is a situation where a person does not find work in accordance to his capacity or qualification. Maybe he would have studied, educated, but he wouldn't have got his job according to his education and the qualification or even the skill or the training that he has taken. So he is also considered to be an unemployed. This is the definition of unemployment. Why? What are the reasons for unemployment in India? There are many reasons. In that, the major reasons are overpopulation, improved technology, apart from these, shortage of natural resources, over-dependency of agriculture, ruined cottage industries, lack of skill-based education. So, all these are the reasons for unemployment. And of course, unemployment has become a huge and a big problem in India. So our forefathers have to think over as how to overcome this unemployment immediately after our independence. So, our central government as well as state governments took many measures to solve this unemployment. Especially, the central and the state governments have taken various measures to generate employment for people, to improve the skill level of the job seekers. The government provided loans and subsidy. They also enabled the people to engage in self-employment. And the major one was globalized production, which means our produce of goods were sent world level and the market of the world's level. So, next problem was the corruption. What is corruption? Corruption means offering bribe and following any other illegal means to achieve some illegal benefits. Corruption is another social evil in the public life of India. Now, the corruption has spread to all strata of the society. It's considered to be the cancer disease which has been spread throughout the body. Likewise, corruption has spread throughout the Indian government and Indian country. Corruption stays away from legal framework in its operation. This can also be defined as misuse of public authority for personal gains. Sweeping away all the procedures for a narrow personal gain can also be termed as corruption. It has been contagious disease in personal life. So it was a great problem for Indians immediately after independence to solve or to curb corruption. So what are the effects of this corruption? What are the problems that we faced just because of the corruption? Corruption influences negatively on both personal as well as public sphere of life. It influences the economic, social and political life of a country negatively. It also means an immoral thing from the political angle. Corruption of personal ethics and morality happens in the personal sphere. Political corruption leads to crime. It nourishes the misadministration on the part of officials. There are even different areas of corruption which disturbs and spoils the administration of our country. Again, it is also things like tax evasion. Corruption also includes of tax evasion. When we do not pay the tax, it is also a corruption. Illegal hoarding. Hoarding is to store. Then smuggling. Economic offences. Cheating. Violation of international exchange. Employment cheating. All these find space in corruption. All these are included in corruption. So, it is to the root level it has gone. Because the corruption, it has to be curbed fully from the root level, to be taken out fully from the root level. So that was a big problem for Indian government to solve. So what are the measures did they take to solve this corruption? Solution to corruption. Political will and public support is inevitable for tackling corruption, which means the public support is very much important to solve this corruption. Then, ethical political leadership means the leaders who have got morality in their life. Then, good officers and politically aware, educated public, and especially the institutions like Lokpal and Lokayukta was established to curb corruption. Recently, you would have heard the Lokayukta team have gone into many of the political leaders' house and found how many owed money, white money and black money, and they captured and brought it to the government. This is the work of the institution Lokpal and the Lokayukta. It was formed by the government to curb corruption. Next, education institutions can take a lead in these directions, and also by installing CCTV cameras in government offices. Then, the government officers may not bribe or take the bribe and curb corruption. Then, also the government established or introduced harsh punishment for corrupt officials. Those who were caught red-handed were harshly punished for the mistakes they committed. So thus, our Indian government has taken many measures to curb corruption. The next problem was discrimination. What do you mean by discrimination? Means discrimination is nothing but finding differences, differentiating the people. And here I have given you discrimination based on gender, caste and region, which means they differentiate between men and women. Men is highly paid, women are less paid. Men are given high jobs and women are not considered to be. Next, again discrimination on the base of caste, high caste, low caste. High caste people who are well educated and have got good jobs, whereas the others were neglected. And again, region. Region means the place where we stay. So, some of the North Indians were given more good importance and good positions, where the other states, people were neglected. So that is the meaning here I meant about the discrimination on the basis of gender, caste and region. So it is an inequalities are there between men and women in our society. That is what the meaning of discrimination. Okay, in order to solve this problem, what are the measures the government has taken to solve this discrimination? At first, Karnataka has reserved 1/3 of the seats in local elections. So in Karnataka again, 50% reservation has been given to women in local body elections. So the women can participate and stand for an election. The right for equality and freedom. The Article 371 has been amended from A to J. The committee headed by D.M. Nanjandappa. A committee was formed which was headed by Nanjandappa in Karnataka to bring down this gender inequality, to balance it. Next, backward regions have been given special status by adding Article 371J. In a sense, among the states, which are the states that is little backward, which does not have resources, were given a special status and also given them the jobs and equalizing all the states. So this is all the measures taken to curb discrimination. You can also see the picture here, the caste discrimination, how the caste, the religion also again given an equal and status in the society. Here, all human beings are considered or treated equally, and so also all the religious person and all the caste. Next problem was communalism. What is communalism? Means segregation in the name of religion and creating hatred and cultivating opposite self-interest can be called as communalism. Means differentiating between the religion, Hindu, Muslim, Christian and so on. So this was a great problem before the independence, and it continued even after our independence. So our government have to take initiative and lot of measures to curb this communism. Even till today it is going on. But let's see what are the effects of this communism. What are the problems we face just because of this religion, the communalism. Yes, it brings danger to the integrity and unity of India. Yes, we all cannot be together. We separate, we differentiate. You are a Hindu, you are a Muslim, Christian. And so therefore, it endangers the unity of India. It not only disturbs the peace of the society, it even destroys the public and private property. It leads to mutual acquisitions and physical assaults, which means each one, according to their religion, they will occupy the places. So all their religion people will be given importance. That is the meaning in this sentence. Next, it creates social differences, mutual suspicion and fear situation in the society. Suspicion means doubting the other religion. Next, it is a political competition, social groupism and economic hatefulness is expressed in communalism. Yeah, they make a groups, same religion together, they come together and they have a lot of political competition among ourselves. So all these are the effects, problems that brings just because of this communalism in our country. So what are the steps that the government has taken to check or to curb or to bring down the communalism? A lot of precautions are needed to address the challenge posed by communalism. Like, first and foremost, what are the steps is uniform civil code, means all were brought into same civil code, punishment or the laws to be followed. Let it be a Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Buddhism, Sikhism, anybody for that matter, all are equal before the law. Next, equality among all the citizens. Next, supporting secular values the society and transcending narrow thoughts in favor of national interests can be the solutions for communalism. The next problem was status of women. As we all know that India was finding a lot of problems to bring the women to the front fore. The status of women has remained low due to the social custom, poverty and illiteracy. Even the women were not allowed even to go to schools and study. So, these all were the problem. And let's first define what is the status of women. Status of women means encouraging women to take social, economic, political decisions like men. It's called women empowerment. Means the women were given right to take social, economic, political decisions as how the men are doing. So that is called as a women empowerment. Equal right was given. They were also given to participate in the election and stand for election and win and become the president or prime minister and so on. So the government has started Women and Child Development Department in order to develop women's education and status. All these pictures that you can see are the achievements of women during pre-independent India. This is all before the independence. Even after the independence, some of the women where you are going to watch are achieved in their life. Like Annie Besant, Kasturba Gandhi, Savitri Bapule, she was a social reformer, Sarojini Naidu. So these all were the women. Even at present, they are in all walks of life, in all the fields now. Women have improved. They have found, they have educated themselves and come up to a high level. You can see them. Now women are present in all walks of life. They are in medical line, teaching line, engineering, pilot, astronaut, police, politics, military and other areas. Now, what are the steps the government took to improve the status of women? The government of Karnataka has implemented Shri Shakti program, through which self-help groups of women are formed and fostered as the means of social progress. This self-help group, most of you will know, in most of the villages you can see the women are come together to 10 to 20 women form themselves into a group. So sanghas we say that, okay? So it is like that. The self-help groups also are encouraged. Next, Women's Commission. Many commissions were formed just to encourage women to go for education and also for work and to improve their status. Then, women reservation has already been provided at local bodies. Again, women reservation is also provided in government recruitment. Recruitment is jobs. So these all were the steps to improve the status of women. In this picture you can see women achievers. Yes, Indira Gandhi, Mary Kom, Kripalini, Sunita Williams and so many have achieved and have come to the greater status. Our next problem is terrorism. What is terrorism? Terrorism is nothing but fulfilling its narrow end by creating panic and violence. Panic is a fear, hatred and all those, and violence, fighting. Through that they will fulfill their narrow interests. And it can also be said that terrorism creates psychological pain and influences the cultural aspects negatively. Yes, it disturbs psychologically. all the people of the state or the country. So this is another major problem for India to face, because it was also coming from the outer side of our country, especially from our neighboring country. Like there was USA bomb attack, then there was Pakistanis attacking us all the time with this terrorism. Okay, then there was even the Punjab, Haryana, all these places were attacked. And there was also Taj Hotel was attacked in Mumbai on November 26, 2007. So these terrorism problems were occurring to us from the outer side of the world. It feeds on fear of the people. These are organized crimes purported by organized group of people. Such activities are called anti-national and anti-social acts. You can see all these pictures of terrorism. How many times India was affected by these terrorists, just blasting the bombs and attacking India through terrorism. Now, this has to be definitely curbed. So what are the measures government took to curb this terrorism? At first, India has always criticized terrorism in our countries also. In all the countries, because India is a leader of NAM, non-aligned movement, and so it does not want any terrorism. It wanted to live in peace. So our central and state government have taken utmost care to stop this terrorism. They have always strived to protect the property and life of ordinary people. They have even created special elite forces to tackle this terrorism. India has been a peace-loving country and has undertaken many initiatives to stop terrorism. So also the actions of Buddha, Mahavir, Jesus, Muhammad, Paigambar, Basava, Gandhi, Nehru, Ambedkar, Martin Luther, Nelson Mandela and others have given new light and new paths and new life to the people all over the world. Peace and love are greater than violence and hate. So India loves to be at peace and hates violence and terrorism. Thus, with all these measures, we can curb terrorism and provide peace to all the citizens of our country. With this, I complete this chapter, the problems of India and their solutions. Thank you, students. Take care. Stay safe.